I'm pretty sure this is one of the first questions the College Board ever released for the new SAT, the digital SAT. So it's an old one, but it still fits in very nicely with everything else they've released since. Been recommending this person's collection, Song I Sing. A library noted that the pieces by the spoken word poet don't lose their blank nature when printed. And there's that colon that's telling us we're about to repeat what we just said. The language is the same pleasant and musical quality on the page as it does when performed by feet. So there you go. That's what we're going to put in, right? It doesn't lose its pleasant musical quality or nature. So pleasant and musical, that's more what we're trying to put in there. And so does something mean pleasant and musical? Well, melodic is perfect, right? Melodic literally means that. It's musical, melody is in the word, and then pleasant, right? Because it's just what melodic means. It means it's a good kind of melody. Scholarly has to do with something being smart. So smart, knowledgeable, but it doesn't, it could make sense, right? Like it could be that his pieces are so complicated that you need to be a scholar to truly understand or appreciate them. But like, that's not what we get from this passage, right? Like that's why the colon is so important here, is it's telling us this is the definition that you need. So don't try to force in words that aren't there. We really want to have evidence that our word is right. And if you can steal something from another part of the passage, go for it. So C would be the opposite, right? So jarring can mean something is maybe musical, but it's unharmonious or disharmony, right? It's just, it's like loud clanking noises. There's no rhythm there. It's just all over the place. So that doesn't make any sense. And then I think D is another trap answer, personal, because you might be like, oh, he's doing these poems or whatever about his important life and all the things he's been through. Maybe that is true, but it doesn't say that that's the emphasis, right? That the part after the colon tells us we are about to explain something that we just said in more detail. So we have to say, all right, that's a clue that we need to stick closely to whatever that part after the colon is, because it's repeating what came before it. So it doesn't say that the poems are musical or personal. It says that they are pleasant and musical. So stick with that, and that's all you need to do. If you pick D here, it's because you don't understand the rules of the game that you are playing. You are just going with words that you would put in the blank, but it's always based on evidence provided somewhere in the passage.